Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca Keppel and I have a super fun video for you today. I don't know if any of you've seen, in October of 2024, Spellbinders released their Cozy Toes Slippers dies, and they were super popular. So today I am going to be sharing those with you along with the new Cozy Toes Editions dies and stamp set. I have 4 fun cards to share with you today, so let's jump right in and take a look at the Cozy Toes Slippers dies, at the editions, and the stamp set. So here's the October 2024 large die of the month Cozy Toes Slippers. You can see it comes with some basic elements such as a leg, a slipper behind the slipper, and ankle, and then it comes with some slippers that you can create, and it even comes with a sentiment. So the original Cozy Toes slippers can create several different slippers, including they can create a Santa Claus, a penguin, a bunny, a hat, earmuffs, a little monster slipper, and reindeer. Now, these original dies are still available, so if you didn't get them back in 2024, you can grab them now. From the original die set, I've cut out the slipper, the little behind the slipper, the leg, and the ankle. I won't use the original slippers today because I want to show you all of the add-ons. This is one of the add-ons that's inside the add-on die set. And as you can probably tell, this is a die set to create a little unicorn. I'll share the other slippers that you can make, but we'll put the unicorn together. So the face I've cut out of white cardstock. Behind the face, I'm adhering some black eyes. This way, when I turn it over, you'll be able to see those. Behind the snout, I'll cover the holes with black again, and that will create those little snouts so you can see that. The ears are layerable, so I have white for the head and then pink for those ears. There's a horn, which I've cut out of gold mirror cardstock. You can adhere that to the earpiece and then put the head over top, so it looks like the horn is coming out of the head as it should be. There is a mane that goes on the side of the unicorn's face. You can cut it out of one color of cardstock and then cut the additional pieces out of 2 other colors of cardstock, or you can cut all 3 different pieces. And the same thing for the little tussle in the front of the unicorn's head. So there are embossed lines on the side of the mane that will show you exactly where to place the head and line it up on the side. And then the little tussle in the front just goes right on top, so it hides the spot where the horn is coming out of the head. So cute. I can't even stand it. It's so cute. Now I want to create some pajamas for the legs that I'm going to use with that unicorn slipper. I have 3 colors of Distress Oxide ink. I have Kitsch Flamingo. I have tumbled glass here, but I actually ended up using salvaged patina as well as shaded lilac. And I'm just using some small detail brushes to scrub on a little bit of color here and there. I want some white space showing through. I want these to be white pajamas that look like they have kind of a tie-dye effect to them. So not going for completely opaque look of the color. I want a little bit of the sort of fuzzy pajama showing through. So once again, I did decide to switch out tumbled glass and use salvaged patina instead. This little ankle piece has 2 embossed lines. One is straight and one is curved. And that shows you exactly where to adhere. The pant leg goes to the straight line, and then the curve will be the slipper. So I'm using a little bit of liquid adhesive. Here's another curve. That's on the back of the slipper. So you're going to line up one curve to the other and just place that sort of little cylindrical or elliptic piece behind the ankle, and then in front of the ankle you can see there's another curve of the slipper, and that will line up perfectly together. So it looks like there's front and back to the slipper, and the ankle is inside where the foot is inside. And then the unicorn goes right on top of the slipper to decorate it. And that's where you can use all the other shapes that are included in the add-on die set. So there's frogs, they're so cute. There's also cow shape, which is so adorable, and little monsters. Oh my gosh, I had to do them in different colors. I thought that was so fun. And then these sharks, which are adorable as well. I just can't get over how cute these are. Now let's use those cuties to make some cards. So for this first card, I'll start out with a 5x7 piece of white cardstock, and I've grabbed several colors of Distress Spritz. The Distress Spritz has a lot of color and also shine. There's an iridescence that's added to it, but it's not just the iridescent, it is the color as well. So I use lots of Kitsch Flamingo here and a little bit of a couple of other colors. Now I'm using some Solar Spray. Now Solar Spray is more of the iridescent with a hint of color. So I thought it would lighten up some of the blue and purple that I used here and then make some room in the pink as well. I did also grab the Spellbinders splatter, and I'll add a little bit of that as well for just some splatter effect and the white iridescent, which I really, really love. So that's our background. Then I'll place it horizontally and stamp from the stamp set one of the sentiments. Next, I'll take the unicorns and the monsters and I'll line them up on this card. So I've cut the panel down to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 so that I can mat it on some white cardstock. So I have plenty of room for all 4 slippers side to side and then the sentiment underneath. So I'll place the slippers so they're right above the sentiment. You can see right now there's a ton of leg hanging off the card. I'll just flip the card over and use my nonstick Spellbinders scissors to trim off the excess. I'm not trimming off the excess on the side, it's just a little bit of a horn on one side, and I don't mind that hanging off the side on the mat that I'm creating right now by adhering with the Spellbinders tape down to that white piece of cardstock. I can't get over how cute these guys are. This is the whole stamp set. There are a ton of fun sentiments that all have to do with being cozy, wearing slippers, not going out of the house except for someone you love, that kind of thing. So this one says, I'd leave the house for you, which I think is so cute. I've stamped it on some Peridot cardstock, and I have a die that cuts out a rolling grassy hill. I'll also cut out some rainforest cardstock so I can layer those 2 hills on top of each other. And this is all down on some seaside cardstock, an A2 piece of that. So next I'll take some of the thin line Spellbinders foam squares. This is not the really, really puffy ones, just a little bit of dimension there, and I'll add those behind the cows. And then I'll cut off the pajama tops with those scissors again. Now I made those cow spots with a die set that had a cow in it, so I'll link to that as well, so you can create cow pants if you want. For this card, I wanted to use the Aura Glimmer foil. I love this glimmer foil. It creates a pearlescent look of the glimmer plate on your cardstock without completely changing the color of the cardstock. So I have the plate down, then I have the foil down, and then I have the cardstock, and I run it through my die cut machine once the platform is all heated up. So pull off that foil once it's cooled, and you can see that it just adds that pearl look of those bubbles, which is just, I think, perfect on top of that blue cardstock. So I have the sharks. Now these guys, I created the pajamas with some fish swimming on them. Those fish are from one of the large dies of the month this summer. I'll link to that down in the YouTube description box below the video. I'm pretty sure some of those are still available. I wanted to have a color with the bubbles on top of some of dark blue cardstock, and I forgot forgot to trim the legs before I matted it down. So I had to do that last, and then I stamped the sentiment on a white piece of cardstock to create a sentiment strip down below. I love that sentiment. Want to hang out in real life, slippers allowed. For this card, I'll cut out one of the Perfect Touch arches in a nice light yellow cardstock and stamp the sentiment on the bottom. And then I'll place my frogs, and the pajamas here have just been embossed with a nice little dot, which I think is a really fun way to create the pajamas as well. So you can stamp on those legs, you can ink blend on those legs, you can emboss, you can foil, you can do all kinds of different fun things to make your pajamas really cute with your slippers. And then I just added that on top of an A2 piece of darker yellow cardstock. If you are a Spellbinders Club member, these are available to you right now. If not, they will become available to you on the 6th. I highly recommend grabbing these as soon as you can if you want them, because I just have a feeling they might sell out. I'll have links to everything I use down below so you can easily find them and go check them out right now. I want to thank you so much for stopping by today. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you again soon.